All right. All right. Hello, everyone. Tactical Lich here, and yeah, we are back for some meme tournament action on Total Warhammer Multiplayer 3. Usually I would be doing faction wars at this time of the week, but sometimes I do like to mix things up and try to do some not so typical tournament streams. Just bring a little bit more variety and fun to the multiplayer scene occasionally. And yeah, this week we are doing a conquest mode without melee infantry. So basically how this thing works is that all the I don't think either player are picking armies yet, so we'll be dropping the unit blocker. We'll be dropping the okay. Well, I'll just leave it for now. Seems like Gotrek has dropped out of the lobby. Not sure what happened there, but hopefully they will come back again. But yeah, basically the whole idea of this tournament is that any units from the infantry section of Gotrek's back, so we are gonna turn off the screen blocker. Yeah, basically any units from the infantry section are banned. So no matter what they are, can we turn on the unit encyclopedia? No, we can't. Oh, never mind. The index is out of reach, but we can just look at this right now since neither players are. Since Gotrek Starbreaker isn't picking their armies yet. But yeah, anyways, all the infantry here are banned. They can't pick the same. They can't pick any melee infantry, so no melee infantry to capture points. Instead, they'll have to utilize missiles or cav monsters. Okay, actually, no. Screen blocker again. Chariots or flyers to do the cap points. And missile infantry units are limited to 4 max only, regardless of the variant. So they can't actually spam like 10 Lothern Seaguard and say it's and just turn it basically into a melee build. So yeah, it is gonna be it's gonna be an interesting fun little tournament where players are going with some meme options and or maybe they're just gonna try to full kite. We shall see here. I would be curious if anyone's gonna play dwarves. If anyone's gonna play dwarves, actually it's gonna be Gotrek, but yeah, it's gonna be interesting for sure since how do I put it? Dwarves have a lot of missiles. They can be quite strong as well, having rangers. If they are added with gold chevrons, they can actually be a decent-ish melee army. If you actually dump all the funds into your chevrons and whatnot. They have armor, they have decent enough melee stats, charge defense against large. Bugman's rangers even has melee, can regenerate their HP as long as they have decent enough leadership. Definitely. Oh, and they also have shields, so they can definitely be a very strong range army. But the problem is that outside of their melee infantry, every single unit they have is a missile unit. So that means, as a dwarf player, you're limited to 12 units only, since the unit caps limits missiles to 12 for the entire army. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna spam like 12. Maybe like crossbow units, and then drop in, say, Floric Ironbrow, and then 2 more Thanes, and that's it. That's your entire army. It's like a campaign build on a multiplayer scenario here. So definitely might fall a little bit short against stuff like a Beastman Rush, for example. Of course, to mitigate certain factions that are very good at taking no infantry, like Beastmen, Bretonnia, that sort of stuff, I actually set the rules such that each player has access to 1 global ban and 2 regular bans. So just giving them a little bit more options to take out the possible toolkits of their opponents. Still, this is gonna be quite interesting for sure as players. Oof. Oh, wow. What the fuck is Angel doing? He's going. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Okay, somebody actually didn't. This is gonna be interesting, but yeah. I think Gotrek is gonna have a hard time in this one, cause yeah. Angel is spamming stuff, and this is gonna be rough for the High Elves for sure. Oh, hello David. How are you doing? Hope you're doing alright. We are gonna start with our first battle in the tournament soon. We are on Conquest mode, and we only have unit caps as the only rule. So players can bring a bunch of random stuff, and doesn't necessarily have to adhere to fruit rules. So they can do some degenerate shit here. So yeah, I am seeing some. Oh, Angel, what are you doing? Anyways, Gotrek is probably in for a surprise. Is hybrid infantry allowed in this format? Yep, they are fine. Actually, we're banning Kislev entirely. No Kislev whatsoever. But yeah, anyways, for the... This is gonna be rough. This is gonna be rough. The High Elves are going for a melee cavalry rush build, and the Tomb Kings are going for a super elite, super tall monster build that has less than for sure the usual fruit rules model caps. So yeah, rough time for sure. I guess desperate times calls for desperate measures. Tomb Kings does not have any access to healing. Harufin Katab with the spell spam maybe, but definitely no access to any Realm of Souls, since they do not have enough skeletons to give them the ability. Your units need to actually die for the Realm of Souls passive to activate. But without any skeleton chaff on the field, Tomb Kings cannot activate that, for sure. So yeah, this is gonna be a High Elf melee rush versus High Elf cavalry rush versus a super elite monster build. Oh right, I forgot to elaborate on the bit of hybrid infantry thing. So basically, hybrid infantry is allowed. Hybrid units are allowed. Units that are not allowed are in the infantry section of the unit selection screen. So even some of those not classified as regular infantry, for example ogre bulls, because they are in that infantry section on the ogre roster, you can't actually bring them to battle. But yeah, otherwise that's it for the army builds here. That's it for the roles. Law of Necra, passive and Realm of Souls would not affect the constructs anyways. Oh right, yeah, that's fair. It's a full construct build. No Necrotact. Interesting though. Like, if you have so many constructs, I would assume you want some healing, but alas. Anyways, High Elves are going for a super elite, super fast mobility cavalry spam. A ton of Illyrian Reavers, some Silver Helms, I believe, yep, and one War Lions of Shrey's, the Fireborn, elite anti-large armor piercing, Dragon Princes, Silver Helms, Tyrion leading the army, supported by a live mage. On the other side, though, for the Tomb Kings, a ton of constructs. 4 units of Ushaptis, and then 2 more units of Ushaptis with Great Bowls. Katab on his DJ booth, blasting away at some of these Silver Helms already, but Silver Helms can actually dodge them if you put enough micro onto those mobility. Not so easy for to dodge the shots against the Ushaptis, especially the Chosen of the Gods shatter shots though, and they're taking substantial damage. Other than that, there are the Sphinx of Uskav, a little bit of a War Kitty, the Cameron the War Sphinx, Garen Haruf and Katab, and 1 unit of Carrion. Mobility wise, these Silver Helms might have to just try and cap the point. But nope, it seems like they're just going to try to rush the enemy formations. The enemy mobility, the High Elf mobility is going to struggle a bit to fight through those elite armored with Shaptis, but not that they have any other choices here. Tyrion might want to start fight somewhere. Though both Sphinx of Uskav and Tyrion doing fire damage, both of them is gonna take a little bit of a slack spike, but yeah, both of them is gonna start taking reduced damage against each other. Mobility piling in, and while some of the Illyrian Reavers try to tie down Katab, War Lions jumping onto Ushabtis. Some of these Dragon Princes circling around, ready to pounce onto some of these Ushabtis with great bows. Tyrion absolutely handing it to the Sphinx of Uskav with the help of Fireborn, though the double single entity monsters are having quite a bit of trouble in this pitch engagement. Life Mage, unfortunately, getting surrounded by Carrion. Something is need to be done to save the High Elf caster. Oh, the Sphinx of Uskav is going for the High Elf healing, but if the Fireborn are committed with Tyrion, they can probably burst down the Sphinx quickly. Oh no, a little bit of a Assyrian's Incantation of Vengeance, reducing the hit points, draining away the hit points of Fireborn, but very nice counter from Gotrek here with a regrowth, mitigating that direct damage. And on top of that, the Fireborn is just shredding these poor Ushabti, getting some solid damage done already, while the rest of the mobility are just tying down the enemy constructs. Some of these Ushabtis aren't able to fire. These Chosen of the Gods are firing into the Fireborn, though something needs to be done to shut them down, but Tyrion really just sticking to the Sphinx of Uskav, beating the Sphinx of Uskav to dust. Now down to roughly 25% HP, and there's still a lot of high of mobility. Seems like the construct spam isn't exactly working in the Tomb King's favor right now. Fireborn still having 54 unit models, plenty of space left for healing, while mobility, Gotrek has been relentlessly cycle charging against the Ushabtis, but mostly we just have to focus on this pitch engagement here. Dragon Princes once again cycle charging into the Ushabti. The charge impact damage with the 80 charge bonus is neglecting all those heavy armor, and yeah, Tyrion is still beating the hell out of the Sphinx of Uskav, regardless of their anti-large. And yeah, Katab kind of stuck in the fight, but on guard mode, he is actually firing into the blob here. Sphinx of Uskav might actually go down. War Lions and Dragon Princes actually finish off on the Great Bow Ushabtis on the far side. Yeah, so the Great Bow Ushabti, even with the armor, can't really stand up to a heavy elite cavalry. Plus the armor-piercing lions, the Ushabtis in the front line are also fading away as the Fireborn are just hacking them down with that anti-large armor-piercing. Fireborn really coming in clutch in this game with that anti-large AP. And yeah, oof, another shot from Katab though, giving the Fireborn a bit of trouble. They still have 27 unit models, so a regrowth should be able to top them up nice and healthy. Sphinx of Uskav finally going down to Tyrion, and yeah, seems like Tyrion is just hanging on just fine. Like, he is just shrugging off all the shots from the Sphinx of Uskav. Fireborn once again with only 28 unit models, 26 unit models left, slamming into the Ushabtis, absolutely deleting it from existence. And there goes the Ushabti army losses hits, and seems like Gotrek Starbreaker will be winning this game. Yeah, but the Necro Sphinx is a worse choice than the normal one in this case, due to Tyrion's fire resistance. Yeah, pretty much. But at the same time, the Sphinx of Uskav have fire resistance, so it mitigates some damage from Tyrion. Though in the long run, as we all saw there, it didn't really matter since Tyrion is just way better as a melee combatant with like 80 plus attack and 70 plus defense. Yeah, Tyrion just stuck to the Sphinx of Uskav, beat it down. Although the fire damage, I guess the fire damage, yeah, the fire damage definitely didn't work out great against the Fireborn for sure. But the Sphinx of Uskav also have magical attacks to cut through the physical resistance of the High Elf. So I guess it's a mixed bunch with the Sphinx of Uskav. Fireborn absolutely deleting all the constructs there. Only 19 kills, but 2,100, almost 2,100 gold worth of damage value on all those constructs. And yes, it seems like the mobility, the constructs spam doesn't really matter here, as the Great Bow Ushabtis got tied down by the sheer number of mobility, and because they're tied down in melee, they can't fire their ammo, and yeah, just got worked down by both the War Lions and the Dragon Princes. Very nicely played by both players. Interesting build from the Tomb Kings as well. Hierophant cut up with all those elite melee cavalry. Yeah, hold on. Elite melee cavalry. every shot from the... Is it this one? Every shot from the... Yep, it is this one. Every shot from Katap's DJ booth did a lot of damage. Okay, anyways, it's our turn to play now. Since we are in this tournament, I just gave myself a bye round so that nobody else other than myself have to wait for another player to finish. But yeah, Tactical Lich versus Gotrek Starbreaker. I am the one picking first, so I'll have to global ban first, which I am gonna. Is he gonna play elves? I mean, no, sorry, dwarves. Gotrek Starbreaker might play dwarves. Okay, give me a second here. I just need to find Gotrek Starbreaker. Alright, let's see if they're going dwarves. Let me see. I'm gonna go. Yep, okay. Okay, sorry. I'm just gonna have to quickly do the picks and bans with Gotrek Starbreaker, and then we should be able to go back to go into action once more. Gotrek Starbreaker banning High Elves as a regular thing. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is... Shit, I can't play... Oh, shit. I can't play Widow's Melee Rush because I don't have infantry support. Oh, shit. I'm hurting myself right here. Okay, so... Warriors of Chaos. Can I do that? I could. Why not? Fuck it. What else? What else do I want to play? This is gonna be rough. Yeah, they global banned Empire, so I don't want to play. I don't want to play. I don't want to play something too meta, I guess. So, well, actually, I'm gonna go Cathay just cause maybe I can. And over Kingdoms, I guess. I still have access to Nobbler Trapper, so I think it should be fine. Alright, cool. I have picked Warriors of Chaos, Grand Cathay, and Ogre Kingdoms, banning High Elves and Bretonnia. So, basically the Grand Cathay as a faction don't have access to their cheap spear wall or cheap Jade Warriors. So that is gonna be a rough box build if I'm ever gonna Cathay box, but yeah, I'll see what happens here. I think Gotrek might go for a dwarf build. With Telgi going for Ogre Kingdom. Oh, really? Come on. Okay, Watelgi, so they are going for Wood Elf. Okay, I'll go Cathay then. Alright, I'll go Cathay. Just this is probably gonna be rough. Right. Some rules that I set down are basically I can't take unit I can't take unit variant. Sorry, let me just reorganize my words. I can't take the same unit with different variants with more than 4 of them. Basically, there's a max limit of 4 missile infantry units, 4 max same missile infantry unit regardless of variant. So I can't, for example, if I take 4 units of Jade Warrior crossbows with shields, I can't take another 4 without shields. I can only take 4. So yeah, 4 it is, and then I guess I'll put a Grace of Kuei-Yin in there. And then a bunch of Empress, a bunch of Crowmen. I kind of have to. And actually, I want to try out this build. I mean, it's probably not going to be anything useful, but yeah, whatever. Yeah, so let's Astromancer, Wind Blast, and what else? Wait, shit, there's no good spells on this thing. Never mind, whatever. Silk Rope, whatever. I don't think we need that. Rolling Skies, I don't know if they're gonna flying kite me, so I'm just not gonna bring it. How many Convergence, Curse of Midnight Wind, Curse of Midnight Wind, let's do that. Just for a bit of a debuff, and then Jade Longma. Yeah, let's just get some flyers. We probably are gonna get shot to pieces, but whatever. Ooh, actually, that would be funny. Let's do that, and then what if they're gonna spam trees on me? That is gonna be awkward. Oh well, whatever. Let's just drop a Missile Mirror and Storm of Shadows. Jade Longma Riders. Yeah, Lord of Ying works, and then Jade Amulet would be nice to just add a little bit more Winds of Magic. And what else? Yeah, let's just get some Peasant Riders. Oof, no money. Stuff too expensive here. Oh god. Oh god. What have I done? Too much expensive bullcrap. You know what? I can just spare that, and then I can bring a lot more. Yeah, a few more of these, and I should be good. Yeah, let's just grab an Empress Crowman, and then yeah, let's go. I don't even know if this is gonna work, but yeah, let's go. Whatever, man. It's just a meme tournament. I'm not gonna bother too much about it. Like, if we're getting madly rushed by the Watelgi, we're fucked. But yeah. Let's see. The RR Nick. Oh yeah, okay, no, okay. Watch on. Yep. Cool. Alright, wait, is chat still going, or is there like one thing about like streaming is that whenever I see chat not having any messages, I would wonder, hey, is it a me issue, or is it just no one speaking in chat? It's like, because I don't mind if there's nobody speaking. I just don't want to miss out on anyone speaking in the chat and not reply. That would be rude. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, looks like chat's fine. We're all caught up, and let's just have a chill little game of meme stuff here. Grand Cafe with no spear box or anything. Just a ton of mobility. Yeah. And just saying, we have a bit of lore of we do have a little bit of harmony bonus here. As long as the crowmen stick to the horses, it should be fine. But yeah, double jet lions and Lore of Ying. Oh, okay. Yep, cool. Okay, Gotrek is ready. I'm not, so I'm just gonna quickly do that. All right, let's go. Oh no! Quickly hit J. Everything, run! There's no... Oh shit, there's no missiles here. Let me just quickly come over and oh shit, J doesn't... That's annoying. Alright, peasant horses, go and tie it down. Oh, everyone just got plowed down. That was very nice of them. And I didn't have any other spells to deal with the enemy. Oh. Alright, cool. The Missile Mirror doesn't do shit here. Fuck. Wait, and Empress Crowman is deleting some units, which is nice. Alright, cool. We're deleting some of their mobility, which is nice. Oh, actually, let's just come and drop some Nurgle grenades in here. Yeah, let's just come over and drop some grenades. And see what happens. Alright, cool. We are doing some damage back. We're like absolutely getting bamboozled all over the place. Kind of are holding, so it's not like the end of the world for us, but yeah, things are not looking great for sure. We have another bomb. Okay, time to go. Time to go, time to go, time to go. Alright, let's just drop in and then see what happens. Oh shit. Our stuff are getting slaughtered. Yeah, let's just hop in with these guys. We can drop another one final blob bomb. Oh no, you know what? Just jump in, man. Just jump in. I don't even care anymore. Everything else is just seriously dying like crazy. So yeah, not great for us for sure. The Crowman, wherever they get to fight, they are doing some pretty good stuff. Oh, hostile ones. Oh, the Hound. Okay, never mind. Either ways, it's not great for us. Let's just get our stuff back into the skies and then maybe drop some grenades or something. No, the Lore of Shadows magic. Oh, I don't have anything to. None of our spells are useful here. Our opponent isn't kiting, so yeah. It's the rare occasion that somehow... Oh, shit. We can't even get to use the second grenade. It's a rare occasion where Cathay actually manages to beat the... Wood Elves managed to beat Cathay. I was prepared for missiles. I didn't get any missiles. I cry. Oh, man. Only if I brought the Jade Lion instead of the Jet Lion. Oh, right. Orion, too. That was going all in on the Vanguard Rush. Getting bamboozled for sure. I love fully Vanguard, so I'm not even mad at this point. I'm just amazed. All right, at least we have to break some of their good units, right? Oh shit! I forgot to use the Missile Mirror on these guys. Oh, that was so dumb of me. I could have done that. No, I could have done that. That was so dumb. I forgot. I saw all the melee cavalry and I was like, ah shit, I'm so panic. That was... Orion technically is range. They also have a bunch of Glade Gods with Hackbane tips, so but yeah, GG to my opponent, Gotrek Starbreaker, definitely a very fun full Vanguard rush there. So we are gonna move over to finals between Gotrek and let me see if who else is playing on the other side. Race versus Nurgle's P, and I think they're still duking it out, so we might have to wait a bit. But either ways, Gotrek is getting that one victory, and then we'll be waiting for their opponent, Race or Nurgle's PA. We do have the other battles from round 1 between Sipa and Race, and between Donald versus Nurgle's PA. And Donald is actually a new player who just joined in on the tournament, and I hope he had fun with Nurgle's PA. Now, and yeah. Let me just quickly reply some messages with Gotrek first. But yeah, very well played with the full Vanguard rush. I was not prepared to say the least. As a result, all my range got slaughtered. That was pretty much a guarantee here. If I drop some of those Missile Mirror onto the Illyrian Reaver, the Glade Riders with Hackbane tips, maybe it will be slightly better for me. And maybe drop some of that onto Orion too. But either ways, my melee stuff got wrecked entirely. I was not prepared to counteract the rush. But even then, the Crowman traded really well into the Wild Riders when they get the charge. And the Jet Lions also held on okay. Not the most amazing performance, unfortunately, but still, considering you're up against a ton of reindeer cavalry that wants you to die, a stone statue isn't gonna do much about it. Especially when they're up against the hunters of the Wood Elves, the Orion and his wild hunt, especially the wild hunters of Kernus. So there's that. Yeah, the cavalry did really well. It immediately slaughtered my crossbows. I couldn't really do much about it, and yeah, there's just too much mobility for me to stand still. Take it. Yeah, we'll just have to wait for either Raced or Nurgle's PA to come in, but yeah. I'm just gonna move over to the spectator slot in the lobby there, and yeah. Let's see what is gonna happen between Race and Nurgle's PA. Other than that, I hope you had fun watching the first two battles of the tournament. It's just a bit of a meme tourney that I kind of randomly thought about. You know, like with the Conquest mode, we all want to have like we all know that we need to capture points and all that. But what if the whole reason of hosting this is really just what if we have capture points but we don't have any melee infantry to contest it? That would be an interesting twist to the game mode, providing a little bit of that how do I put it, variation to the meta here. No melee infantry to contest on the capture point, but seems like it's just this is just land battles without melee infantry. Everyone just bringing up nobody really care about the capture points. I specifically capped the capture point at the 500 tickets default, because I know that if we up the limit, then the whole missile gameplay wouldn't matter much. Like, the whole capture point having a low victory ticket limit kind of hampers kite plays, and I kind of nerf kite plays against infantry plays. You can't really slowly kite out an enemy army, but in this scenario here, keeping the victory ticket low actually would make the game a little bit more interesting, actually incentivize people to capture the point with missile infantry and mobility. But I don't think that matters over here, since both players are just trying to kill each other before things get to basically the whole capture ticket ticket capture victory. Yeah, before things get to the stage where you have to actually capture stuff and get tickets. Yeah, before you even get there, people just kind of like won games and call it a day by killing everything on the other side. I do wonder what's happening. I do wonder what CA is gonna do to maybe tweak the capture point mode a bit more. For example, some interesting ideas to make the mode better. It's definitely to allow victory ticket stop the ticket from building up if the points are contested. That would make more sense when multiple units are just fighting over a point. You don't really want to I don't think allowing tickets to trickle in while both players are just fighting in a stalemate on the point is a fair thing. Like, both players are just contesting the point at that point. Like, nobody have it. But if you allow tickets to trickle in a stalemate, then it kind of just benefits whoever captured the point first. And I don't think that's a fair thing to do, especially when there's like Vanguard deployment units available that can allow armies to even secure points even quicker. And on top of that, of course, we all want CA to raise that default ticket count, maybe raise it to 650, 700, 750, somewhere around there. That would be nice, just to like prolong the game a bit and make kite plays once again viable. Kite plays are annoying to deal with, but they are definitely a legitimate play style, I do think. Right now, the ticket count having such a low ceiling means that the kite plays are not viable because players can simply wait till tickets hit 500 on the map. So yeah, that is not great for players who want to try out some more micro, especially kite plays are more micro intensive, right? It takes more attention, more micro, more a bit more skills to play a kite play well, to play a kite build well. And but right now there's no payoff in playing a kite build. So yeah, there's that. And yeah, like kite builds are definitely completely valid strategy. Personally, I do think, because it adds another option for you to counter. It's not like OP or anything. Like if you prepare for a kite play, then you can definitely beat it. You can definitely, it's definitely possible to beat it. As long as you have the right tools. It's just that a lot of players don't bring the right tools or let the tools get eliminated too early, and they can't really fight back when against a kite in the late games. There's that. But yeah, we still are waiting Race and Nurgle's PA to decide who's the winner among them. Oh, seems like beautiful. Seems like their games are have been decided. I'm just gonna turn on the screen blocker somehow. Seems like Nurgle's PA managed to beat Race, so it is Gotrek Starbreaker versus Nurgle's PA in this finals. Wait, is Gotrek Starbreaker still NC Clan, or is he in the Sons of the Mountains? Actually confused. Oh, he actually switched over to Sons of the Mountains. Makes sense. Sons of the Mountains is primarily a dwarf player clan, and Gotrek Starbreaker is primarily a dwarf player. So yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, other than that, we're just gonna wait for Nurgle's PA to show up. Yep, he is there. So Gotrek Starbreaker and Nurgle's PA are gonna pick up, do their army picks, and then yeah, we'll just wait for them to get ready for the first battle. Nurgle's PA, the last faction war is also Nurgle's between. Yeah, Nurgle's PA is also in the finals of last week's tournament, so that was pretty convenient. I can just skip editing the bracket on his side, and also conveniently on the same side of the bracket. So yeah, he is on the right side of the scoreboard. Now I'm just gonna just switch out Gotrek's name, and then we should be good. Yep, there we go. Just adjust the names a bit, and all right, I need to slightly to the left. Yeah, there we go. Block off the unit selection screen a little bit more. Anyways, both players are chilling. I think they are just doing army picks now, picks and bends and whatnot. So it's gonna take some time. I did make the army picks process a little bit more complex. So basically, it's not just a pick 3 ban 1 kind of thing. Instead, I allowed global bans and allowed players to ban 2 factions, other than the global bans, just so players can limit the viable Yeah, they can limit the viable yeah, they can limit the viable factions available against each other. Yeah, so basically one global ban, and each battle there will be 2 additional bans, because there are certain factions that are going to be really strong in the no infantry scenario. For example, we have beastmen who can literally just spam like how many Santigors can they spam? I can't really see it right now, but they can literally just spam Santigors. Oh wait, actually 4 Santigors of each type, so they can literally spam 12 Santigors. So you definitely don't want to face off against beastmen in this kind of tournament. Bretonnia is also very strong, but with only 2 units of Grail units available, maybe it's maybe a bit more manageable. Nurgle's PA is going for Vampire Coast. Interesting enough, Vampire Coast. Basically, we all know that Vampire Coast have a bunch of missile units available on their chaff roster. I did additionally ban their pistol mobs and bomber mobs, since allowing those basically allows the Vampire Coast to fight at like 80% strength. Like normally you don't really bring too many of the other melee infantry units anyways. It's just like zombie deckhand chaff plus like different types of zombie deckhand chaff in the front line anyways. Oh wait, they might switch it over to Bretonnia. Okay, anyways, basically, yeah, I banned pistol mobs and bomber mobs for the Bretonnia, for the Vampire Coast, since I don't really want people to just keep spamming missile infantry. The pistols, bombers will basically act as cheap chaff to occupy points or act as kind of buffer units. While a lot of the other factions lost their access to all these kind of chaff buffer units. So no, I'm not gonna allow those. Instead, I just kind of allowed anything, hand cannons, yeah. I just allowed hand cannons and anything more expensive than that, which is like 500 gold minimum, making it more of like a mobility / monster spam match. But looks like Nurgle's PA is going for Bretonnia, which is gonna be interesting. Bretonnia can field some very strong. Oh, Gotrek is going for Vampire Coast. Okay, Nurgle's PA is gonna. I think Bretonnia is probably gonna have an advantage on this one, but Gotrek Starbreaker might be able to pull a monster spam just to counteract the enemy mobility spam. Do remember that Grail units are limited to 2 per army. Not gonna be the most numerous Bretonnian Rohirrim ever, but yeah, we shall see what happens between the 2 players. Yeah, oh well, sorry for being silent, but just made a quick message on the chat saying, reminding the players that there is no minimal troop count in this tournament. Players are free to spam single entities and monsters even if it's less than 400 troops on the field. Basically, if you guys aren't aware, in case you guys aren't aware, basically Fruit Rules states that players must bring a minimum of 400 models of troops on their army, just so people don't exploit single entity and monster spams. Not that they are necessarily a winning formula, but it definitely can be very strong with certain single entities just healing each other, that sort of stuff. For example, the Lizardmen, just a blob of unholy single entities crushing enemies that do not have final transmutation to punish them. However, in this scenario here, we are not setting any minimal troop count, so players are free to spam minimal monsters. As long as they can spend the gold, it's fine. And they can definitely bring less than 400 troops. So we might see some super elite, super tall armies. We don't know here, but yeah, we shall see here. Come on, Nurgle, my boy. Nurgle's PA is not going for Nurgle though. It's Bretonnians, but Filthy Peasants kind of the same. It's the medieval times anyway. So, oh, what the fuck? What floated corpses? What the fuck, Gotrek? I said this is a meme tourney. I didn't say you're supposed to throw the damn game. What the fuck? Quad floated corpses. Let's go. This is beautiful, man. This is beautiful. Holy shit. What the fuck? What the fuck? Okay, I don't think either player filled up their minimal troop. Oh wait, no. Both players met the minimal troop count. My god, what is this? Okay, anyways. Army builds. Double Craps, Salastra Diaphin, and the Rotting Leviathan. Salastra also on a Rotting Leviathan, so a lot of that heavy armor single entity monster, supported by quad floated corpses. Oh god. Gotrek is definitely taking inspiration from Human Boy Yes, using the double Rotting Leviathans to shield, to body block missiles for those bloated corpses. There's also a bunch of Scurvy Dogs and 4 units of Fell Bats. I think they ran out of money for gun bats, so that's all they've got here. Yeah, so Salastra Diaphin with Fog of the Damned. Is there no Vargai's Revenge, just Vangai's Revenge, just Tide Call. Ghost of the Past for the Damn Knight summons, and Songs of Enthronement for melee attack debuffs. On the other side, Bretonnia going for a bit of a Rohirrim. 4 Knights of the Realm and 1 Grail Knights plus 4 more units of Mounted Yeoman Archers. This is going to be a bit of a pain for the Vampire Coast to deal with, since they don't really have a good counter to the enemy archers. Or the Scurvy Dogs and I call doing some minor damage to these Mounted Human Archers. Maybe the Scurvy Dogs and Fellbats should move up to screen out the Mounted Human Archers, but yeah, the Bulletic Corpses are just kind of like sitting in between in between the double Rotting Leviathans. They are gonna hold a point, I suppose. Oh no, Lax Bite. What the fuck is happening? I swear recently I've got more Lax Bite on these kind of on these tourneys. I don't know why. Anyways, on multiplayer in general. Yeah, that was a bit rough. Yeah, but other than that, Scurvy Dogs are pouncing over to the Mounted Yeoman Archers. Oh, wait, actually, I need to check the download speed. That's probably why. Anyways, Scurvy Dogs and Fellbites are moving up to pounce on the Mounted Yeoman Archers, but a nice countercharge from the Knights of the Realm, screening away the Scurvy Dogs. And yeah, while the double single entities here, Albrecht and Henri Le Massif, both are diving onto Salastra here. The other Rotting from Leviathans are coming in, pushing back the 2 single entities. Loads of corpses moving up, trying to catch the Grail Knights, but they are not going to catch it. A little bit of explosion that we missed out on. Oh, explosion incoming against the Knights of the Realm, deleting most of the unit, definitely earning a good chunk of their value. The other one not so successful. But yeah, catching Nurgle's PA a little bit unprepared there, deleting most of the Knights of the Realm. That is still a very good catch for the bloated corpse. Over here, Scurvy Dogs getting caught by a bunch of Knights of the Realm, and they are gonna get absolutely shredded in melee combat. Though now over here, because the bloated corpses are a bit separated from the single entities, the explosions are that still scratched some of these Knights of the Realm, doing some noticeable damage there. I guess they didn't die for nothing, but yeah, the rest of the bloated corpses are still being triggered, and there goes all the bloated corpses. No more explosions, but it is a pitch engagement between the single entities here. Now more Knights of the Realm pouring in to help out, and on top of that, the life damsels somewhere. I don't know where they are, but dropping in the regrowth onto Armor Le Massif, keeping him nice and healthy, while the rest of these Knights of the Realm and the Grail Knights are piling onto Silostra. And unfortunately, the Vampire Coast can't really do much at this point. Their explosions, all those bloated corpses have been eliminated, so no more explosions to delete enemy cavalry. But yeah, the double crabs are still fighting. They're still duking it out. Damn Knights aren't also charging in with their AP damage. Definitely putting a dent on the HP bar of all these cavalry units. Even the Grail Knights are taking some noticeable damage. But the thing is, Bretonnia has access to healing, including Earthblood and Regrowth. So yeah, things are looking very nice for Bretonnia at this point. The single entities are very much healthy, while Silostra is on her last leg, dropping in another Tide Call, just trying to spam as many spells as she can before she goes down. The Archer Fire also pouring in, just really shooting up these Rotting Leviathans. Yes, they have heavy armor, but their massive hitbox means that these Mounted Yeoman Archers' sheer volume of firepower will still add up over time. And yeah, at this point, it seems like the Scrubby Dogs are crumbling after getting a rear charge onto the Knights of the Realm. And yeah, it's gonna be a Bretonian victory, it seems. It is a matter of time before army losses hits, but when is it gonna be? Earthblood, this might tip the balance of power into army losses by adding more balance of power to the Bretonian army. And yeah, there goes the army losses. Seems like the Vampire Coast's ambitious quad bloated corpses build unfortunately has failed. GG to both players here. Very fun battle. The bloated corpses, they tried hard. They tried their best, just not quite enough. Suicide Vampire Box, pretty much. Pretty much. The rest of the money actually went into Rotting Leviathan. Huh. But yeah, value-wise, not a lot. One of the bloated corpses earned back quite a bit of value because they managed to catch the Knights of the Realm out of position. But yeah, bloated corpses in this kind of a no melee infantry scenario, that is not gonna work out well for you all, unfortunately, because of course it's gonna be the enemy army is just gonna be mobility and single entities, especially when there's Bretonnia here. Yeah, GG to both players. Very fun to see the bloated corpses trying to catch cavalry, but yeah, they're just utterly failing. But the area of effect of the explosion is actually surprisingly large. Actually managed to slightly singe the edges of the enemy formations. That was a pretty nice one. And actually still managed to get some damage done. Not a lot, but still some damage done. Yeah, that's Grail Knights and the double single entities absolutely annihilating Silostra in melee. But yeah, GG to both players. Now we're going on to the second battle. Nurgle's PA taking the first win. Let's see if Gotrek Starbreaker is gonna bring dwarfs in this battle. I don't know, but like dwarfs is definitely. Dwarf's definitely gonna suffer hard in this tournament. Will you go through the battles? Yeah, I definitely will go through the battles later. That's why I asked everyone to send me the replays. So yeah, don't worry about it, Donald. Donald the Duck. Let's hope this doesn't come after me or you. But yeah. Oh, thank you for the sub. I appreciate it. But yeah, I'll definitely go through the battles later. Right now, we just need to go through the live battles first, since we're still in the best of 3 between Gotrek Starbreaker and Nurgle's PA. Very good, two rather veteran players, and definitely very good players. And yeah, let's see what they are gonna bring us in the next battle in the best of 3. Yeah, after that I will take like a short 1-minute break for water and stuff, stay hydrated and all that, and then we'll be moving on to the battle replays. Not a lot to go through since we're just doing best of 1 throughout the event until the final. So it's like what, 3 more battles and then we should be done with this today. But yeah, definitely go through the replays from before one by one. So yeah, definitely we'll cover your battle as well, Donald. But yeah, according to what Sipa and Nurgle PA said, it seems that the battles we had earlier were also memey and fun. So I'm definitely looking forward to check out all those for fun, no infantry builds. But yeah, after this next week we will be going back to the regular faction wars, and the week after I'm going away for a bit, so we're having a week break, and I'm just gonna drop something else in the middle of the week. But overall, yeah, and then we'll be back again for faction wars. There's that. Alright, it seems that players are contemplating their picks and bans for now, so we will be chilling a bit. How often do you host tourney? Basically once every week. You might want to check out Tequila Sunset channel as well. There's another Night Crew clan player called Tequila Sunset. He is a great tournament caster, and content creator on YouTube as well. You can find his videos on the content creator videos channel on the Night Crew clan Discord, or he has been, I think he is dropping announcements left, right, and center around different Discords as well, posting tournaments on Thursdays and Fridays. He does tournaments more often than me, twice a week basically. Although I think he used to host tournaments on Tuesdays, but I think the turnout isn't great since it is the start of the week and everyone is just kind of dead from working and trying to recover from going back to work and all that. So not a lot of people showed up. So yeah, he just hosts Thursdays and Friday tourneys now. But other than that, yeah, the guy is definitely a more frequent content creator and tournament host than me for sure. I just do it once a week in the middle of the week every week, and unfortunately competing with Human Boy Yes Yes on the Wednesday time slot. That's like the only time he has for one of the only time slots he has available for casting tournament. So yeah. New to the tournament Warhammer multi-scene, yeah, and then absolutely welcome you to join in, because the more people the merrier, because we are a very small bunch. If you're not aware, the multiplayer scene is niche. We have some big name content creators like Turin, Human Boy is a very big one as well, Duff plays, but overall there's not a lot of players playing multiplayer. Like, I think, let me just check the achievements. If I remember correctly, the achievements for people who played the multiplayer battles is absolutely abysmal. Play a multiplayer battle is a 34% of players have this achievement. Oof. So 1/3 of players have played a multiplayer battle, but people who consistently play it, like the devoted bunch in the multiplayer community, is actually a lot less. I don't know the exact numbers here, but I wouldn't say it's high. So the more people playing, the merrier, because the more people are joining, the more players we have in tournaments, and the more people playing in tournaments, the more fun we're gonna have. That's for sure. So yeah, I hope you enjoy your time here. Also, absolutely join in the Human Boy Yes Yes Discord. I assume you're already in there. If you're not there, definitely do that and join those new player tourneys. And I think Human Boy hosts that every week. Yeah. So Yeah, I think he was hosting one right before I started streaming. Not right before, but a couple hours before. So yeah, you can also check those out. He doesn't always host it on Wednesday as far as I know. But otherwise, yeah. There's that. I do recommend you to check it out. Since it is a very, yeah, that is a very, and that is a very nice and also very popular tournament for relatively new players. Tournament scene. Anyways, we are done with the army picks. Gotrek Starbreaker going for undead. It's still no dwarves. I am disappointed. Gotrek Starbreaker. What the fuck is this, man? Where is your main faction? Anyways, going for vampire counts instead. I thought he was going Heinrich Kammler, but not Kammler. Instead, we have Manfred von Karstein the Baldy coming in with a Blood Knight spam. A ton of Blood Knights here. 1, 2, 3 units of Blood Knights plus 4 units of Dire Wolves. One of them the Dire Pack anti-large unit. And a single Necromancer on an Unholy Lodestone Corpse card. That is interesting. Interesting indeed. On the other side we have oh right, Manfred has what spells does he have? Gaze of Nagash, Spirit Leech, Fate of Buna, and Invocation of Nehek. Oh, and Raise Dead. So 5 spells in total. That's quite a lot. Holy hell. On the other side, the High Elves are boxing up with 4 units of Lothan Seaguard, creating a bit of a square formation to counter cavalry charges, while at the same time supported by a ton of armor piercing. The Fireborn, Double Dragon, 1 Star Dragon, 1 Moon Dragon, and 3 units of Illyrian Reaver Archers. Once again, both players fulfilling the minimal troop count. What is this, man? I definitely said the minimal troop count is disregarded in this tournament, but players are just gonna, Players are just gonna, you know what? I'm just gonna bring troops because this is better this way, I suppose. I don't know. I don't know. For that one tournament, you guys can spam single entities. You guys decided not to. Oh well, technically this is single entity spam, and this is quite the bane of vampire counts back in the day. A box. Well, the box would be a lot more elite than this one, with a bunch of Phoenix Gods. But of course, Phoenix Gods have been banned, so no Phoenix Gods, just Lothan Seaguard. And let's see if they can stand up to the Blood Knight spam. 3 Illyrian Reaver Archers, providing some pretty nice skirmishing firepower, leading the army. Ilario the Radiant for a ton of Earth Blood and Star of Avalon healing, and of course Tempest to lock down enemy flies, like Manfred von Karstein here. Let's see how it will go. Fate of Buna would be really nice on the Fireborn, but of course Fireborn are way away here, hidden away in the very far corner of the battlefield, while Illyrian Reaver Archers are just skirmishing down enemy units. Fate of Buna already on the Illyrian Reaver Archers. That is a very extreme attempt on trying to get those skirmishing cavalry dead. Because the more valuable option definitely is the Fireborn here. But yeah, I guess Manfred just wants to keep spamming spells and just doing damage. I mean, it's a very good spell and still did a lot of damage. Almost deleting the Illyrian Reavers. But of course, Ariel is... Oh, actually, Direwolves can actually jump... No, what? Okay, yeah. Direwolves are going in. They're jumping onto the Illyrian Reaver Archers, but of course the Illyrian Reaver Archers counter-charging, catching them in melee. They managed to kill off the Illyrian Reaver Archers, but at what cost? A full Fate of Buna and 1 more unit of Direwolves dead. There's also these Direwolves here getting annihilated by the Fireborn. More zombie summon. And also more units of mobility piling in. And also don't forget about the chill guys having that chill aura, slowing down these Illyrian Reaver Archers. It's going to be pretty nice here. Fire breath attacks onto the Blood Knights, doing some minor damage. Nothing too crazy. Putting a dent in their HP bar, but that's about... Okay, actually, no. All the breath attacks plus missiles are enough to put the Blood Knights into half health. However, the Fireborn might be in for a bit of a treat. Oh, actually, no. They're probably going to annihilate the Blood Knights on the charge. Though they are taking a lot of damage in return as well. Being charged by... Absolutely being swamped by enemy cavalry. The Blood Knights have anti-large and on top of the chill guys with AP and magical attacks. Punching through the enemy physical resistance and armor, and those Fireborn are getting absolutely slaughtered, overloaded by 2 whole units of elite cavalry. And direwolves piling on as well. Blood Knights now going after the slightly unbraced spears, keeping them occupied. A Star of Avalon trying to keep those single entities sustained and also heal up some of these Fireborn, but the Fireborn has been routed, and dire wolves might just see them off from the battlefield. Now single entities are flopping up in between all these elite enemy cavalry. How much health does Manfred have? Manfred's still having pretty much full health. Nothing really landing hits on him just yet. And dire wolves piling on the Loven Seaguard for a bit there, but yeah, the elite cavalry though suffering quite a bit. One of the Blood Knights is in a bit of a pickle. Earthblood healing the Star Dragon, and though an overcast invocation of the heck. Oh, Manfred really just dumping in all the resources he has, trying to keep those Blood Knights alive. Dire Pack though over here, I think, yeah, the Fireborn is almost dead, so might as well just send in all those Vampire Cavalry and Mobility, try to just pile on the Loven Seaguard and get them killed. And oh no, this is bad. Alaria the Radiant getting caught in melee against Manfred, but Manfred, seeing those 2 dragons coming in, he decided to just nope out of there. Oh, the Tempest. This is going to be devastating. Tempest locking down Manfred, preventing him from getting away from the dragons, though thankfully for Manfred, the dragons are kind of tied down on the ground by the Blood Knights sacrificing themselves to keep Manfred alive. And Manfred is in a bit of a pickle right now, having lower and lower HP. Balance of power is in favor of the High Elves since the Undead Cavalry is running low. The constant Earthblood is keeping those 2 dragons very much healthy. Yeah, I don't know if the Undead have what it takes to take down both dragons when Alario is just ready with all those healing spamming onto the double dragons, outlasting the poor Undead Cavalry. Undead Cavalry, don't get me wrong, is very strong, but they don't have that kind of AP it takes to punch through the defenses of a dragon. Chill Guys does have that, but they don't have the anti-large in contrast to a Blood Knight, right? So yeah, things are looking pretty rough for the Undead. Manfred will try to cycle charge here. Though it's going to be another... Oh, this is an overcast invocation of the heck. But Alero just counteracts with an Earthblood spam instead. And with another Star of Avalon. Yeah, this is it. This is probably it for the Undead, as the Blood Knights are being worked down by the double dragons. And yeah, that is gonna be it. Seems like Nurgle's PA will be reigning victorious with the double dragon Hilarial build. Truly the bane of vampire counts ever since the start of Total Warhammer 2, I think. Yeah. It's been something that has been plaguing the vampire counts for a long time. And yeah, GG to both players here. Unfortunately, Manfred has died, and so now the zombies, the necromancer, and all that are just going with him. And then yeah, very nice game from both players, and that shall be GG and the end of today's tournament. Not the end of the stream just yet, though. As we are going into the replay section after a quick water break. Yeah, I miss the good old days when I got a Steam multiplayer achievement by playing a battle in co-op on 4x speed with a buddy just to check out something, and gave up halfway because he had to go. Truly the finest of multiplayer players. It counts. 1 versus 1 Fireborn crush Blood Knights, but not 4 versus 1, yeah, for sure. But unfortunately, killing the Fireborn doesn't matter, as the main thing are the dragons here. And the cavalry just isn't good enough to take down the dragons, with the Alario healing, of course. I miss the good old days when Blood Knights were one of the king of calves. The problem is they just doesn't really catch up with the inflation of meta, because like the best anti-large melee cavalry these days have AP. Fireborn, the Grail Knights, hell, even the fucking, yeah, even Wild Hunters of Kernus have fucking AP, so Yeah, a lot of factions have AP anti-large cav, and then there's the vampire counts, which they don't. They have anti-large cav, but they don't have AP. They have AP cav, but they don't have anti-large. So yeah, things are getting worse and worse for the vampire counts in terms of an anti-cavalry department. Like the Dark Elves have anti-large armor piercing already, so it's not really a problem for them with their Cult Ones. And then there's Lizardmen also have Cult One cavalry. Empire has halberd demogryphs, and then Kist. We don't really use halberd demogryphs, but they still count, right? And then there's the wait, let me think. What else? There's technically Chaos Dwarves have anti-large armor-piercing cavalry with the Bull Center renders. Beastmen have anti-armor cavalry with their Zantigals. Most of the Chaos factions have anti-armor cavalry. I mean, they're not necessarily anti-large, but definitely having really good stats. The Blood Knights are like the premium cavalry against other cavalry, right? But they don't have the AP really hurts them in the anti-cavalry engagements. They need a bit more AP weapon strength, man. They just don't have it. Hopefully a Vampire DLC makes them more like Grail Knight. A Vampire DLC would be nice. Actually, Human Boy made a DLC prediction video previously, which is basically predicting the next two DLCs are basically what Slanesh with the two other elf factions, High Elves, Dark Elves, and then it can just be like a Nagash DLC with all three undead factions. That would be a really nice one. But of course, given how CA is just pumping out DLCs once every half a year, I don't think we're gonna see anything about those until yeah, I don't think we're gonna see any news about an undead DLC until like what, the end of 2025, which is gonna be a long ways away. So there's that. Oh well, actually I forgot about. Let's just check out the army performances here. Blood Knights, they performed really well. With all those anti-large damage, cutting down the Fireborn and through the HP of the dragons, but unfortunately, they couldn't quite keep up with the healing spam of Star of Avalon and the Earthblood, so unfortunately, they have been taken down. Dire Packs and Dire Wolves also did really well, just, yeah, quite unfortunate they couldn't, funny enough, the undead healing can't keep up with Alariel's healing. Yeah, that is exactly what we're seeing here. The Star Dragon, Moon Dragon all did really well. And Loven Seagull was just sitting back and firing. They don't really have to do much here. They just need to sit back. And the Dragon Princes and the Moon Dragons, Star Dragons just kind of kept the undead cavalry at bay, completely blobbing up around those single entities and getting absolutely shredded by the long-range firepower, who are just free to just stay around and shoot away. And they can't really get charged because they're in a box formation. Anything that charges them head-on will be dealing with charge defense and charge reflection, so yeah, it's not great for them. Tempest from Alariel also did quite a bit of damage against Manfred von Carstein, so that was quite unfortunate for them as well. But yeah, let me just quickly catch up with the chat here, since it seems that we have an uptick of concurrent viewers. But yeah, oh yeah, also there's the Bear Calf from the Kislev army that does anti-large AP damage. Yeah, Blood Knights is just kind of left behind on the meta right now, very unfortunate. There's a good amount of elite non-human cav that should be made better. It's funny how human factions got the best cavalry too. I agree, human faction got some of the best cavalry, like Bear Cav and the Grail Cav. But yeah, actually, when you think about it, the good non-human cavalry are very limited. Fireborn is pretty much it. Like, there's very few units that can go toe-to-toe against something, say, like the Kislev Bear Cav. Fireborn is one of them. But other than that, not so much. Not so much. Everything else are just kind of shit when you think about it. What else? Ligmaritis. Oh yeah, Kislev has the fucking Righteous Lances of Waging. That is an AP cap. That pain to be a vampire count player these days. Which is why, ironically, despite my undead gamer tag, I actually don't play the undead much these days. They just kind of suck. The vampire counts just kind of suck. I love the Blood Knights, don't get me wrong. Blood Knights, War Dancers, and Sword Masters are 3 of my favorite units in the entire game. The swag of their blood red armor is just... they just look so good. It's just that they kind of can't catch up with the meta right now, so it's kind of sad. You want Chaos Cav and Cold Ones cry rivers every time. Yeah, I hate Cold One Cavalry. They just have poor stats compared to the other cavalry at the same price tag. Their stats are very mediocre for a 1,000 plus cavalry. And then we have the Skull Crushers, which absolutely sucks ass alongside Blood Crushers. Yeah. Silverhelms are fine, I think. Silverhelms with martial prowess is actually decent in holding the line and just charging down stuff. Like, they trade okay. They're not the worst of the world. It's just that there are better alternatives. Being High Elves, having Dragon Princes and Fireborn, you don't really want to spend like spend over half the cost of a Dragon Princess or a Fireborn just to get an okay heavy calf that doesn't even have as much armor. Like, the Dragon Princes are tanky as hell, heavy armor, physical resistance, solid melee stats. They're just very strong. And then there's the Silverhelms, which has like, what, 90 armor, which is not as good as Fireborn, and they don't have physical resistance. Anatoly, alright, good night, Anatoly. You're probably not around anymore at this point. Yeah. Yeah, most likely saving any undead updates for Nagash. Yeah, pretty much. Electric Undead, not... Oh yeah, basically made the same point as David on Silverhelms. It's a shame that Phoebe are forgotten because they my favorite faction lore-wise. Funny enough, I don't think Vampire Coast is a faction in the actual lore. They just kind of conjured it out of some fringes of the Warhammer fantasy world setting, and just made a faction out of it. I appreciate that. Don't get me wrong. I absolutely love their trailer. It's such an amazingly well done trailer with the music, the beats. Like, I think they started lining up the gunshots, the sound effects with the music tempo, and then they started doing it ever since, where the music actually lines up with the sound effects, like the big thumps or like gunshots, the booms of the gunshots, that sort of stuff. Yeah, I think they started, like, I noticed it since Vampire Coast, the Rise of the Vampire Coast trailer, and then it seems like they're still doing it to these days in the Thrones of the Acadials, which is really neat. Like, they line up the drum beats with the gunshots, the cannon shots, basically. It's criminal that Shanty isn't in the actual game. It's so good, right? Yeah, it's so fucking good. I love that trailer to bits. Definitely I actually made like a short video rating Total Warhammer trailers back in the day, before Game 3 came out, and the Vampire Coast trailer is definitely in my top trailer. The second, a very close one, but the second place is actually the Bretonnia trailer. I definitely recommend you guys to see it, because that makes you 200% more French immediately. Absolutely, chivalry fills your heart with just from watching that trailer. And I think I started making meme videos from because I got inspired by the Bretonnia trailer. But anyways, let's just catch up with the rest of the chat. There's a whole discussion about Silverhelms. I'm not gonna comment on it. Fireborn, they're great now. They've been taking a very good unit and making it even better without really caring that this only encourages their inclusion more. Yeah, Fireborn is pretty much a must and makes Phoenix Guard mostly obsolete. Yep, pretty much. You have an anti-large AP unit, that actually catches up to things and can pin down stuff with enough mass. So yeah. If the Swordmaster of Hoev had a mount, would he be meta? He has nice spell selection. The Lore Master, I think so. Not sure, because actually the spell selection might be nice, but you just have better option as the you you don't really need a melee fighter / caster hybrid as the High Elves. Like he can spam Spirit Leech and Earthblood, but he doesn't have that extra magic regen that, say, for example, Alario and Teclis has from their Arcane Conduit and stuff. Wait, I don't think Lore Master has Arcane Conduit, right? And on top of that, there's the mages, which are dirt cheap, and you're just pretty much bringing the caster for what they do, casting. You don't pay for extra fighting power that doesn't really matter most of the time. Like the actual fighting are done by the troops and the very powerful Lord of the High Elves usually. Like be it Tyrion or Imric. But yeah. Phoenix Guards also has very disappointing stats. Shit. Wait, they have 2 less melee defense than Imperial Halberdiers? Damn, that kind of sucks. But then again, they have martial prowess providing at those additional stats, so it's a bit different here. I think so. A mage who has Spirit Leech, Earthblood, Armor. Yeah, I think we're almost caught up now. Soul Masters is just overcost. Super solid. The Lore Master is overcost. Yeah, basically. He doesn't have a mount, which is also a main problem. But then Sword Masters also don't have a mount, so there's that. But yeah, that's it for the live section. Let me just quickly grab some water, and then we will go into the replay section. Alright, let me just quickly grab some water and then we can keep going on with the replays. Alright, oh shit, something's happening? Give me a second, some IRL stuff. Oh shit. Oh shit. Okay. Alright, now talk about that. Alright, let's see. Let me just quickly check the replay section. Alright, cool. Let me just, oh shit, I need to download that. There we go. Alright, we have 3 more replays for the rest of the night. Let me just load them up. Yeah, there we go. 1, 2, and 3. Alright, cool. Let's just go for the first one. Lizardmen versus Vampire Count. Between Nurgle's PA and Donald, let's see what happens here. We have a lot of Boxagors and wait, shit? Are these quad salamander hunting packs? Interesting. But Donald bringing a similar build to that of Gotrek in the final game, but instead of Manfred, is a white king and a blood dragon lord. All right, let me just pause the battle because we are gonna start immediately. Oh no! Oh no! Oh, the bane of vampire counts. Yet another very solid anti-vampire count build. The goddamn shredder of Lustria. Plus single anti-spams, but no single anti-spams here. Just quad salamander hunting packs. One of them, the Umbral Tide, the front line of well, we don't actually have a melee frontline, but it's a lot of fast lizard builds in this battle for sure. 4 Viral Cult ones and then nothing else. Leading the army, Slime Mage Priest of High Magic with Tempest in case there are Varguys, Apotheosis for healing, Banishment Bound spell, and a bunch of Court of Portal guarding the Slime Mage Priest closely. Alright, on the other side for the Undead, we talked about it already. There's also a Necromancer. I don't know why he brought the Necromancer. You could have just brought the Blood Dragon. He also didn't bring the Necromancer for the Forbidden Rod or the like the Blood Dragon can literally bring the same spells. There's no point bringing the Necromancer. Okay, never mind. Right now the Shredder is just chipping away the health of the Blood Knight, and the Blood Knight doesn't really want to challenge the Lizardmen just yet. They're just trying to like circle around with some of the mobility, maybe pull off a surround onto the salamander spam. Oh shit, the Nurgle's PA true count is definitely way below 400. Yeah. Alright. Seems like the Lizardman is just pushing up, occupying the point now, so the Undead have to strike sometime soon. And they're absolutely starting to light up all these bunch of vampire count characters. And that anti-lodge really coming in handy here. Blasting away, especially the lightly armored Necromancer. Blood Knights charging into the front line, slamming these Feral Cult ones. But before they can finish off the Feral Cult ones, it will take them some time. And that's where the Shredder of Lustria and the Boxagors come in handy here, just slamming in. And also the rest of the Salamanders firing into the flanks of the Feral Cult one with the anti-large damage against the enemy cavalry. Single entities wise, here comes all these Boxagors surrounding the Vampire Count's leadership. And yeah, things are looking quite rough for the Lizardman frontline here. All these Salamanders and Cult ones are getting absolutely shredded by Blood Knights, Chill Guys, and Dire Wolves. Not even the Bound Banishment can save them, but here comes the big bulky Shredder of Lustria, which is amazing at killing cavalry with the AP massive weapon strength. Boxagor is still surrounding and beating up the two characters here, having a pretty good time since the characters here all lack that armor piercing. They desperately need the help of some Blood Knights, which they will promptly move over. Chill Guys do not want to fight against them because with their magical power fists, yeah, they're gonna take a ton of damage. But the Chill Guys absolutely take a pounding against the Shredder of Lustria, so they have been crumbling away slowly. However, the Slime Mage Priest is caught out a bit out of position by the Blood Knights and the characters, taking quite a bit of damage, but he will be squeezing out of that engagement as the Blood Knights are not pursuing, being tied down by the Boxagors. Boxagors boxing up the poor Necromancer, and once he goes down, there's no more magic for the Vampire Count, which is definitely a mistake for, I think, a big mistake for Donald. Is this game when my cat, yeah, he got stuck for sure. A better way to play this is just don't bring the Necromancer. There's no point bringing the Necromancer, if you already have a Blood Dragon Vampire Lord, you're paying extra for the character. By bringing the character and then some spell, the character alone also costs money, right? But if you just don't bring the Necromancer, you have more funds for other stuff, and on top of that, the Blood Dragon can still bring the same spells. You basically brought Invocation and Raise Dead only, right? If I remember correctly. Not entirely sure, but they have the same spell kit, so... Oh, you were going for a theme. Fair dues. Fair dues. That is very fair, but yeah. But either ways, without the Necromancer, no more healing available for the Vampire count, and the Shredder is just wailing on these poor Vampire count units. And but it is definitely a Vampire Rohirrim. Unfortunately, the Blood Dragon is struggling here. Taking another big hit from the Shredder. A Dazed Effect also applied onto the guy, reducing his melee defense, though he has pulled out of that engagement. Healing coming in from the Slime Mage Priest, though, the Apotheosis keeping himself alive, while Blood Knights try to cycle charge the Shredder. Shredder doesn't have the best melee defense anyways, so it's not... He will still take damage. The problem is the damage he's dealing back to the Vampire Count's armies. The balance of power is slightly, ever so slightly in favor of the Counts, but that's only because their cavalry is still quite healthy, while Slime Mage Priest is kind of damaged himself. But once the Shredder starts slapping the Blood Dragon Lord, he is gonna have a hard time keeping his army alive. Blood Knights are psycho charging, very nice stuff there. But yeah, Blood Knights just struggle against large armored single entity units, even with their anti-large. Yeah, every time they got charged by the Cohort of Portal and the Shredder, they just got a huge chunk of health ripped away from them. Straight up shredded from those cavalry attacks. And yeah, taking more and more damage over time. One of them is almost being worked down. Black Knights are also psycho charging, but that doesn't really matter. Although the Slime Mage Priest is running low in health, balance of power is in favor of the Lizardmen, as the Court of Hortal keeping the Slime Mage Priest alive with the Guardian buff, I think. He has Guardian? No? No Guardian. Oh, I thought they have Guardian. Okay, no. And I was probably thinking of the Star Chamber Guardians then. But either ways, it is still providing some mass to block for the Slime Mage Priest from the anti-large Blood Knights. And on top of that, the Blood Dragon just took another big hit from the Shredder of Lustria. Now he's almost dead. He does not want to get into melee combat anymore. Maybe try to do a cheeky charge on the Slime Mage Priest, but yeah, he wants to stay away from the Shredder for sure. Even an accidental machine gun blow dart fire can't kill him. So yeah, the Shield of the Old Ones will keep these Lizardmen nicely topped up. Just keeping them alive with that additional ward save. They also have a bit of physical resistance anyway, so that would be pretty nice. And yeah, Helm of the God has been applied to this blob of Lizardmen troops, but they are just fighting back hard. The armor is helping the Lizardmen really nicely here, as they're mitigating a ton of damage from those charge attacks of the Blood Knights. Mitigating those hits and allowing the Court of Portal and the Shredder to stay alive. Now, Blood Dragon might try to go for another cheeky charge, but then again, the blow dart machine guns can kill him anytime. Just one unlucky hit from the blow dart machine guns and your lord will be dead. So yeah, anyways, oh, nope, he just got bumped to death by the goddamn... He just got bumped to death by the Slime Mage Priest, who was routing? What the fuck? Okay, I don't even know what happened there, but yeah. Apotheosis on Shredder was just painful without my own healing. That has always been a problem ever since game 2. So you're not alone. I think it's been a problem for the Vampire Counts to deal with for the longest of time. They don't have any ways to counteract blob builds like this. So yeah, they just kind of suck against blob builds. The only way I can outgrind a Shredder is to just spam my own healing. For example, Heinrich Himmler with his Chaos Tomb Blade. That would be really nice, but yeah, you just don't have the melee power of you just don't have a melee power of a Shredder, big single entity, devastating single entity like a Shredder. You just don't have that kind of stuff, or you don't have anything to counter it. Yeah, like you don't have blood punishing spells. You have Mortis Engine, and that's about all you've got. But yeah, you can't stop the Shredder for sure. Court of Portal and the Shredder basically carried the game here. While the rest of the army pretty much fell apart. And well, the Blood Knights did really well. But all the damage got out healed by the Slam Mage Apotheosis, unfortunately. I think Regrowth got nerfed a bit, I think. Or was this Soul Stealer? But either way, the healing is still going to be a problem for a lot. It's still going to be one of the stronger abilities overall. I think Regrowth got nerfed a bit, right? No? You can just shoot flat, period. Yeah. Let's see. I don't know much about campaign, so I can't really comment on it. But yeah, anyways, we have over here Seepa's Dark Elves going for a Beastmaster. No, Rakarth. Well, High Beastmaster. We're going for Rakarth, out of all things, versus Tomb King's army. Bring back the glory days of vampire healing. Actually, I would rather not. Because a lot of players suffered a lot back in the day when Vampire has all the healing and there was no heal cap. So technically you can just keep spamming Invocation of the Hex onto your units and just heal cap them by having a blob of unholy vampire troops. Of course you can counter that with AoE spells, but back in the day there are not that many Lords of Magics. Only like Lord of Fire, Lord of Metal and whatnot. So yeah. Anyways, for the army builds we have here, for the mobility of the Dark Elves, a ton of Dark Riders, no missiles units, no pure missile infantry units on both sides. It's just a ton of melee cavalry and ranged cavalry. So for the Dark Elves, front line of Dark Riders with shields, and then the second line of Cold One Knights, and then yeah, single entities, plus the Crows of Cain. Single entities wise, we have the Sorcerers of Beasts, the Charybdis, and of course Rakarth, the legendary Beastmaster, on his dragon with Whiplash for that additional weapon damage. Beast Lord's Gaze for damage resistance. It doesn't, nothing really rampage here, so it doesn't really matter. Beast Slayer, Anti-Large for and armor piercing, really nice, especially against the Tomb King's constructs. And Beast magic wise, we have no Flock of Doom, which makes sense when you're expecting a construct / mobility army. Poison's Wild Form for additional armor and weapon damage, and Pan's Impenetrable Pelt for speed, melee defense, and physical resistance. Just tankiness buffs overall. Now, the rest of the battlefield for the Tomb King's armies here, a ton of mobility. Necro Horsemen, Skeleton Horses, Necro Horsemen, and Necropolis Knights. Some Skeleton Chariots, out of all things. Interesting. I guess they're just prepared to charge enemy skirmish cav or missile cav. Single entities, we have Sphinx of Uzcav, etc. on his kitty cat, plus a Necrotact providing that construct healing, the restore ability. And yeah, that's it for the army builds. Now let's get the battle started as the Cambrian War Sphinx. Oh wait, a third War Sphinx. Cambrian War Sphinx, interesting. We have a lot of powerful single entity monsters here, and they are firing projectiles from the back of their the monster and into some of these Dark Riders. Cetra dropping an Assyrian incantation of vengeance, draining the hit points away from these Cold Knights, and jumping in with the Sphinx of Uzcav, putting on huge hits onto the Cold Knights. Cetra is also in the fight, really bullying these poor lizard, clever girl cavalry here. However, Necropolis Knights are flooding in. Dark Riders are intercepting the Necro Horsemen. Chariots are piling in, but Rakarth just stuck in a T-post, unfortunately. The Cold Knights got completely ripped apart, and however, the rest of the Dark Elf mobility is winning, just beating back Skeleton Horses wherever they go, since a lot of the value of the Tomb King army are in the single entities here, providing a ton of single entity armor piercing fighting power, but otherwise lack ability to counter a wider build. And yeah, as you can see here, the Dark Elves are just pretty much mopping up all the rest of the battlefield, while the middle fight, Rakarth isn't doing too bad. Penn's impenetrable pelt was keeping him alive, and then Wizen's wild form protecting him from non-armor piercing weapon damage, and he is dishing out some pretty good damage as well. Also, some Core Knights pile onto this unholy blob of Tomb King's construct, applying the anti-large armor piercing charge damage against the Necropolis Knights from behind. Charybdis, though, unfortunately has been routed away in this pitch engagement, double teamed by the Sphinx and Sphinxes. Rakarth also not doing too hot. He is indeed supported by a ton of Khorne cavalry, and now with the rest of the mobility victorious against the skeleton cavalry, they are free to just run down the rest of the Tomb King's mobility. Balance of Power is in favor of Tomb Kings for now, though. Wait. Oh, shit. Tomb Kings might be winning. I forgot which side is which side. Whatever. Anyways. Anyways, Dark Riders are not doing too hard, and the Khorne Knights are absolutely dead from that fight. Breath Attack was attempted against the blob of Tomb King's units, but yeah, not too effective so far. Cetra, though, being pinned down between Khorne Knight and Rakarth himself. Rakarth having the anti-large bonus actually comes in quite handy against Cetra's kitty cat right now. No dragons actually have anti-large except Rakarth. Rakarth, especially having Beast Slaver, adding, allowing another 16 anti-large bonus. Absolutely spectacular hit chance against Cetra the Imperishable. Now he is trying to beat back the goddamn Sphinx of Uzcath, and on top of that, Wizen's wild form keeping that weapon strength high on Rakarth, just absolutely annihilating these Tomb King's constructs with the help of all these Khorne Knights. Khorne Knights over here surrounding Cetra, slowly poking it down, while Rakarth, his buffs all running out. Even the Beast Lord's Gaze was used in the fight earlier, just to keep Rakarth in the fight and also add the extra ward save to keep him alive. But yeah, right now Cetra is in a bit of a trouble. The Necropolis Knights trying to screen for the Cambrian Lord, but yeah, Breath Attack from the Black Dragon from Rakarth, and he is on the verge of dying. One single charge from Rakarth might be able to finish him off, but it seems like Rakarth decided to back off for now. He doesn't want to get caught in the middle of a bunch of Sphinxes and got killed. Also got trapped. He can get trapped by Necropolis Knights, so Rakarth was a bit cautious there, and that is absolutely fair, as he is slowly establishing the mobility advantage over the battlefield, having just more units over the field and just picking off isolated Tomb King's elements here and there. And now Cetra has been isolated. He is alone, free to get charged by Rakarth. And one hit from Rakarth put Cetra down to roughly 150 hit points, on the verge of crumbling as well, and Rakarth, after one hit, quickly bail out of that situation, as there are no Necropolis Knights to keep him trapped on the ground anymore. Oh, yeah, the Necropolis Knights are all dead, I think, and Cetra is also dead, leaving just the two Sphinxes alone in this fight. Nero's Incantation of Protection, the one last final spell cast by Cetra before he goes down, trying to protect the Cambrian War Sphinx, keep him in the fight, while while the Sphinx of Uzcath is coming in to body the Charybdis. However, Penn's impenetrable pelt is keeping this Charybdis alive with additional melee defense, boosting it up to 54, and physical resistance. So the Charybdis is still fighting. Is still fighting indeed. This might be a good time. Oh, no. Wizen's wild form. This might be a good time for the Beast Lord's Gates to keep the Charybdis in the fight. Nope. He routed. And the Wizen's wild form, though, very nice cast onto the Cult One Knights, keeping them alive in this fight. But more importantly, allowing them to do more damage against the double Sphinxes. Chariots from the Skeleton Chariots are coming in, recharging the Dark Elf mobility. Rakarth once again diving into the fight. This is a desperate battle indeed, leaving only the Tomb King single entities versus Rakarth. Rakarth is giving, and it seems like the Tomb Kings has won with Cetra the Imperishable dying, but the Sphinx of Uzcath pulling the victory. Very strong performance from the Sphinx of Uzcath indeed, although it seems that It seems that wait, Race won the battle, but Sipa gone through. Oh wait, no, Race did win the battle. What am I saying? Sipa definitely taking a fun build over here. Definitely taking never usually. Yeah, we rarely see Recarve on the battlefield, and we rarely see him do well. And indeed, he did very, very well in this battle. It's just a shame that the rest of the army, the Dark Elves, couldn't really pull their own weight. Two of these Court Knights got absolutely shredded, especially these ones from the beginning, being caught by the Sphinx of Uskav and then bodied by whatever everything else that pours in onto the engagement. And yeah, that. Mobility-wise, it's just Coin Cavalry being kind of subpar. However, they do have a lot of optimal engagement in this fight against all the Skeleton Cav, and the Tomb King's Construct, the Armor Piercing, and Anti-Lodge are actually useful. However, the Sphinxes all did very well as well, just punching down all these poor Dark Elves with their AP weapon strength, supporting the Necropolis Knights, and even the Skeleton Chariots did some really good work here. I suppose they were busy chasing down Dark Riders and the Crows of Cain and whatnot. Cetra also did well, and yeah, this is the which means Race went on to the next round, which is the semi-finals, and fighting against Nurgle's PA, who won the first battle, which is this one with the Lizardmen and Vampire Counts. Or it seems like chat is running itself, so I'm just gonna move on to the final game for today. What the fuck am I looking at? Okay, Nurgle's PA versus Race. Race just took over the Recarve from Sipa. Sipa just passing on the Beast Lord to the next character, to the next player, and it's unfortunately Nurgle's PA went a bit sweaty in the last round there, with definitely a sweaty build in the final battle, but with the high off build, but yeah, what shame didn't see another Recarve game, but yeah, Sipa definitely Nurgle's PA definitely getting a strong build here. Grail Knights, 2 Grail Reliquae. 4 units of Mounted Yeomen, 1 Yeoman Archer, and 3 units of Knights of the Realm, leading the army Outbreak plus Army Le Massif, supported by a Damsel of Life with Earthblood and Regrowth. The Mounted Yeoman Archer has been Vanguard deployed on the capture point in case they want to secure it nice and early, but with the 3 Scourge Runner Chariots, they need to pull back for sure. Other than that, Recarve himself on Dragon once again, with only the Beast Slayer here. Beast Slaver. And Beast Armor of Karon Kar. Yeah, that is actually a very nice ability. As long as large enemy presence in ability range, he gets extra armor, extra damage resistance and melee defense, which everything on the Bretonnian side is basically a large unit. After all, we are banning regular melee infantry, and Bretonnians are definitely going to bring cavalry indeed. So, very nice pick. But other than that, is Sorceress of Shadows with Melkoffs and Enfeebling Foe, a ton of anti-large AP cav, all these Court Knights, and some Dark Riders. Oh, Dread Knights. Never seen these guys in this patch, but let's see how the battle unfolds as the Mounted Yeoman Archers receive a volley of Scourge Runner shots. Scourge Runners definitely want to preserve their ammo for those Grail Cavalry. Now the Sorceress of Shadows just moving over to the capture point, but she needs to pull back before she gets caught by those Bretonnian melee fighters. It's gonna be a pretty much of a pain. But yeah, let's just see what happens here as we do a bit of fast forward. Bretonnian really taking it slow, because just trying to catch out some of these Scourge Runner Chariots, who are trying to skirmish down some of the enemy cavalry. A little bit of Melkoffs draining away the hit points of the Grail Knights, but of course Damsel can easily heal them up. Recarve not going to bail these Scourge Runners. This might be a mistake here. If the Scourge Runners goes down, each one of them go down will take a huge chunk of ammo down with them, and that is not great. So Recarve is coming in to bail them out, but the Scourge Runners are not shooting. That's strange. Oh no, Recarve is caught in melee against the double anti-large single entities. Oof, this is not good. So Recarve quickly diving onto the ground, allowing the Cohen Knights nearby to provide support actually. And yeah, both sides taking some damage. Cohen Knights quickly jumping in, so Army Le Massif will have to bail out of there. And yeah, Scourge Runners are starting to fire into Outbreaker Bordeloo, doing some minor damage. Some stray shots going into the Mounted Yeoman, doing some nice damage as well. But here comes the countercharge of the Bretonnians onto the Cold One Knights, intercepting them, preventing them from further pursuing Armray. But the Mounted Yeomen are getting absolutely shredded in melee. Not great, but same goes for the Cohen Knights, as the Grill, Cavalry, and Knights of the Realm are all piling onto this one single Cohen unit. Oh no, it's literally the same thing happening to the Cohen Knights, getting dogpiled by a ton of enemy cavalry and monsters. So yeah, that one poor Cohen Knights got annihilated. While the rest of the Cohen Knights, I do think that race is a bit slow on microing the rest of the Dark Elf mobility. Now Recarve is completely stuck in the middle of a ton of Knights of the Realm and Grail Knights, all having anti-large, and on top of that, the single entities have anti-large as well. The Army Le Massif is taking a bunch of damage from the Scourge Runner shots, but that doesn't matter because Recarve is just gonna die here. There's no amount of Grail Knights can save him from this surround of no amount of Cohen Knights can save him from this surround of the Grail Knights. So yeah, Recarve is dead. He is trying to run away. He's routed, but he's not going to get out of there alive. Or at least not going to get off the battlefield alive. Because the Grail Knights are just going to keep following him. And on top of that, the Cohen Knights are all just kind of, yeah, Dark Knights are all just kind of like, yeah, on the other side. The Cohen Knights are just kind of stuck on the other side of the battlefield. Yeah, they're just not there to keep pushing. Yeah, but yeah, anyways, the cavalry, without Recarve, there's pretty much no hope to fight against the single entities of the Dark Elves here. Raze is usually a very good player, so it's actually kind of strange to see him slip up with the micro of the Cohen Knights. But I guess this is just a for fun tournament, so he's just kind of playing casually and just a bit slower in responding in certain areas of the battlefield. And yeah. A little bit of Melkov's draining away the hit points of the Knights of the Realm, while the rest of the Cohen Knights are just gonna get worked down by all those anti-large units. Oh no, the Sorceress of Shadows got caught in melee by Outbreak as well, and yeah, she goes down, and that is gonna be a dominant victory for the Bretonnians, I believe. Grill Reliquary actually managed to get into melee, I think. 7 gold worth of damage value. Beautiful. 5 gold on this one, so yeah, they did work here. They did so much solid work against Cohen One Cavalry. But yeah, anyways, Cohen Dread Knights still managed to do a bit of pushback. Not enough to earn back their own value, unfortunately, but yeah, they fought hard. Scourge Runner is still running around, but unfortunately in this current meta, they are just not the kind of cheese they used to be, and it's actually relatively weak these days after multiple nerfs, and also shifting over to the ultra unit size. Skirmish units in general are just less impactful, and unless you're Wood Elves, and it's a whole other thing since skirmishing is your entire thing. But in general, skirmishing units are just less impactful these days against more unit models of enemies, more yeah, just more stuff in general to deal with, and yeah. Like before, one shot of Scourge Runners can kill one Knights of the Realm, but that is before it was like 1 out of 45 unit models. Now it's 1 out of 60 unit models. So yeah, definitely not as impactful as before. As the value, like the damage proportion they get from every shot just reduces. But yeah, anyways, at this point, it's pretty much a matter of time before the Dark Elves go down. They still try to secure the capture point, but alas, every time they get caught in melee or have to engage in melee, they took more and more damage, and that shall be army losses, and that shall be the last game of this tournament. And yeah, Grail Knights got some pretty good damage done, of course. Same goes for the Knights of the Realm, while the Cohen Cavalry are just kind of disappointing overall. Scourge Runner Chariots did some minor damage, nothing too amazing. And Recarve getting caught there was really a painful loss indeed. Malkov's on Grail Cavalry is doing a lot of damage overall, but yeah. The Cohen Cavalry over time actually managed to grind down the Grail Cavalry. But overall, they just can't finish off the last bit of those single entities. And yeah, that is it for today's battles. I hope you all enjoyed this multiplayer action. This is a bit of a meme tourney. And yeah, that's it for today. And I hope you guys enjoy. Yeah, I hope whether you play in the tournament or watch the tournament, you still enjoy the content. And next week we'll be going back to the usual Wednesday faction wars and going back with some more multiplayer action. This time a little bit more serious and definitely much less memey. And after that we'll take a week break and then we'll be back again afterwards. But yeah, I hope you all enjoy this multiplayer action. Be sure to subscribe to my channel and check out more of my multiplayer content. Thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next one. Tactical Lich, signing out.